Transformers. Robots in the sky. Transformers. More than meets the eye. Transformers.
Spike Whitwicky, a kid who grew up with a single father, whose best friends are giant robots from another world, who knows a guy who can tear a 5¼ inch floppy disk in half with his bare hands, hangs around with Bumblebee a lot, and has a son who is happier getting a hand-me-down than saving his father's life. Spike Whitwicky, a kid who never changes his clothes. Spike Whitwicky, quite possibly a gigantic idiot, or the world's second smartest man. After all, Chip Chase did develop a machine that could make permanently present antimatter after all. Today, we look at a character whose first impression is one that, if you grew up in the 80s watching Transformers, you probably just accepted. But looking back with 30 years of hindsight, well, he does appear a little stupid. Take for instance the following scene.
Are a highly advanced form of robot. I don't really know if they're from the past or the future, but they can think and have real feelings. I can't believe this is happening to me. Wonder who left this here.
This takes place not one day after this scene.
Give me a hand, Spike. We gotta raise this bit. Flush it out.
Right, Dad. I'll get the baler.
Dive! Dive! Look! Up there! What is it?
What are they?
Everybody, come on! Come on!
Look out!
Now, if it was anyone else sitting on Mount St. Helens while a giant starship is just sticking outside of it, their first thought would probably be, not, I wonder who left this tape player here, but probably more along the lines of, curious, this tape player is coloured exactly like one of those Decepticons. And look, it even has the same symbol on it too. But not Spike. Instead, with a big old grin on his face, he goes and does this. And, even after it's revealed to be Soundwave, he stands there and asks who he is, despite having seen the exact same robot attack the oil rig that he and his father were working on just one day before. It's at this point he hits the alarm and Soundwave has to beat a hasty retreat, and rest assured he will come in a later video. Need more convincing that his brain might not be firing on all cylinders? How about this then? While working on the oil rig, Spike's dad, Sparkplug, which is not his real name thankfully, got accosted by a certain human-sized blue Decepticon with attitude. Spike tried to punch it on the back. Punch. A metal robot in the back with his not metal fist. Of course, after that, he was just shoved into the sea.
Stop! Let go of my dad!
Spike!
The very next day, after carrying Soundwave into the Ark, everyone is at Sherman Dam, and Spike helps Hound locate the centre of a disturbance that was creating a tidal wave. When a very familiar blue, human-sized Decepticon with an attitude emerges from the water, does he hide? No. He walks right up to the robot who, I remind you, was attacking his dad just the previous day, and asks, "Where's Hound?"
Hey, where's Hound? Oh!
Help! Help!
And yes, he did just immediately tackle Rumble to the ground, with no follow-up planned, and scream for help the instant the little punk grabbed his collar. Sure, these are just from the first 2 episodes of the show, but I don't think I need to go into a lot of detail on later actions, like the one where he stands in the path of a device invented by Wheeljack that stops all molecular motion solid, and has to be thrown aside by the scientist rather than, I don't know, staying away from the shooty end of a device that can literally turn you into a statue until the end of time. And that's completely ignoring the time that he had his mind transferred into a mechanical body and got convinced to turn against the people he had practically been living with for months by the guy who regularly beats up his own troops. On the other hand, he is somehow able to decipher Cybertronian text the very first time he sees it, so who knows? He could be a closet genius, and the bumbling is just a hide that he can translate any language he sees in an instant. Oh yes, and he is apparently so adept with cybernetic alien biology that he can fix Transformers without even looking at what he's doing.
There! I think I've got it!
So there you have it. Spike Whitwicky. Either a bumbling oaf or a living universal translator. I hope you enjoyed this somewhat slanted look at the only human to stick with the Autobots from the very first moments of the cartoon series. If there are any other characters you'd like to see me cover, please do let me know. And yes, as mentioned before, Soundwave is on my list. But until then, thank you for watching, and have a great night.